What's up, guys? This is Tony Brown from Be More Wealthy. It's a financial channel made to hopefully improve your finances. And, we just have a conversation. That's all. My aim is hopefully to enlighten some minds, particularly in my city, in the city that I grew up in. It was abject poverty, and it's an opportunity to simply pass on financial education, because I believe that not the ability to earn a decent living is the problem that plagues a lot of impoverished places, but I believe that it's simply the lack of education and what to do with the finances that keeps communities binded. So, I'll say this first and foremost, guys. In order to make money, you have to shift your mindset. Not only the attraction or the manifestation of money, but also how you conduct your personal finances. I'll roll up my window. And what I mean by that is this. I was raised, like, most of you, I suspect, to aim to get a good paying job and hold on to that good paying job, and hopefully that good paying job can ride you into retirement and pay for your lifestyle, not only while you're young and working that job, but also thereafter. And I want to let you know that that's a fallacy. Okay, that doesn't happen. I think it's somewhere in the 90% of working Americans actually won't have enough money to retire when they become of age. All right, so that formula is dead. All right, so if you aren't looking for other avenues to increase your finances, then you're putting yourself in a precarious situation to suffer on the back end. All right, so a little bit about how I was able to make six figures from a mix of trucking and investing my money into cryptocurrencies. First and foremost, I will have a tutorial lesson on cryptocurrencies, what it is, how you should probably be investing in it. And there's a lot of ideas, and I'm only going to speak. There's a lot of ideas and philosophies, and I'm only going to speak on what I know in terms of cryptocurrency. So first of all, let's get to it. All right, so here's the thing. We all, if you're working, you have some form of income coming in, and the object of working a wage paying job should be to, as quickly as possible, convert that money into an asset that pays you eventually, whether you are working, whether you're sleeping, whether you're on vacation or not. All right, what I was able to do, and it's nothing special, is the very long hours that I spent driving throughout the country. I would simply attempt to monetize my time by enriching my mind. See, that's the first thing. We talk about investments and what's a good investment, to put your money at. And if I could make any recommendations to you guys, my investment strategy is simply this. When you first starting out and you don't know anything, Don't put your money in anywhere. Don't put it in any kind of paper asset. Don't put it into real estate. Don't put it into a business opportunity. Put it in yourself. Put it in self-education, because you are the biggest asset that you possibly could come across in this lifetime. And the reason that's important is because no matter how the markets look on any front, if they go down or they go up, you can still make money because you yourself are an asset. So back to what I did is that I was able to monetize or finesse that time into study time, whereas 10 hours I'm on a road would be a 10-hour classroom. And what I did is I simply picked a topic to master. And I think it was one of my mentors, Les Brown, who said that if you simply picked up a book and you read a small portion of time, just a small portion of time, I'm talking about maybe read a book and finished a book every month. If you did that on a particular subject, by the end of the year, you would be in the 1 percentile of experts in that particular area, because most people don't read. Most people don't seek out information and try to get better and make themselves a commodity. And the thing about it is we all are paid a certain wage. We're all paid a certain amount of money. And just like I stated before, the purpose of that money should be as fast as humanly possible. You should be able to matriculate that money into an asset so that you don't necessarily have to work that job, so that you can work that job if you want to or not. All right. The thing is this. All right. I chose cryptocurrencies because it piqued my interest. The volatility of the market is actually what repels a lot of people. They are skeptical about getting into the market because it's so volatile. But that volatility, for those who know, is a saying, if you know, you know. And for those people who know, they know that that's an opportunity to actually, make big gains. And you can pick whatever investment that you want to, essentially. It could be real estate or it could be whatever. All right. As long as you know and you understand fully, just like in the book, The Richest Man in Babylon. If you haven't read that book, then I highly suggest that you read that book. It's in audio form for free on YouTube. You can buy it and consume it, on your timeline. But read that book, because in that book it explains to you that 10% of everything you make should go into an investment. And the difference is that simply throwing your money at something that you hope will rise, or you hope you hope will appreciate, isn't enough. You actually need to master that particular area. So when it came to trucking, simply what I did was I created a budget for myself. And instead of buying food or indulging, in some kind of vice, I simply took that money. I simply took the access of that money. And once I learned proficiently enough what I needed to know about my investment vehicle, I simply started rechanneling that money to the place that I need to, or the place that I wanted to go. In terms of assets. This week, while I slept, while I ate, while I worked, my cryptocurrency made money on itself. It doubled itself. All right. And, it's strategies for that. It's ways in how you do that. I don't day trade because my time doesn't allow me to sit in front of a computer, but I do trade, but it's not on a daily basis. All right. And simply this: at the end of the day, you need to create a game plan for your financial freedom. And part of that game plan is knowing what it takes. You just can't speculate. You have to know what amount of money it takes for you to exit the work world, so that you will never have to work again, and simply you can lean on your investments for your living. And that should be the idea. That's the ideal situation when it comes to working a job. Now, the thing is, I know that if you are in a position, like I was in a position, that that the problem with that is that most jobs don't pay enough for you to pay your bills and have excess runoff. That's where you need a strategy in which you can use your skill set in terms of the job world, right? And find an opportunity that allows you to be able to pay your bills and have enough to get, a cup of coffee from Starbucks in the morning. If you can do that, then you can take that money, that Starbucks money, that money that you would have spent at Starbucks or McDonald's in the morning, you can take that money and invest it in a small investment vehicle. Albert Einstein said that compound interest is the most powerful force on the planet. If you simply took $10 and you took $10 a day and invested it into a vehicle which you are educated on, which you've took time to vet, you've took time to master yourself, and you invested that money strategically, and you're patient about it, then you could have an opportunity to not only set yourself but set your family free. And that's the mentality that, coming into this financial freedom game plan that I had. It's not about being able to buy, the most fashionable clothes, or it's not about being able to buy a Lambo. What it is about is to replace your income, so that you're not slaving for somebody else on a daily basis. All right. If you have any additional money, if you have any additional runoff from your income, all right, what I would suggest that you do is actually open up a savings account, or you can open up a investment account like Acorn or Stash, and you can simply put that money uninvested into that account and hold it there so that it acts as a savings account. And then once you've taken the opportunity to study a particular investment, you take that money then that you've been saving and you put it into your investment account just to start. Then you formulate a game plan in order for you to contribute to that asset on a regular basis. I'm not endorsing Acorn or Stash. It's simply up to you. That's one of the vehicles I started in. I was able to save just from working about $10,000. And I took that money, and once I learned the vehicle that I wanted to invest in, I then put that money into my investment vehicle, and I used that as a leg up to gain on my investment portfolio. All right. So, we have to change the mentality of being consumers and really start putting our mindset into the investing aspect of things instead of, because here's the thing, if you're buying from McDonald's or you're buying from a high name brand, product like Gucci or, red Michael Kors, or you buying red bottoms, you are investing your money. Problem is that you're investing it without any strategy on returns. So instead of buying the product and being a consumer, look at some of the companies that you like. Start there. And instead of buying from the consumer side, think about buying some of the stock that company owns. That way, that you can have a piece of the pie, you can get a return on your investment, and you're setting yourself up for future gains and having an opportunity where that company can essentially pay you. So when it comes down to being being employed and having a cap on your salary and what you can make, that salary can be a huge leverage in terms of your financial freedom. You just have to switch your mindset. I think Jim Rohn said, if you want to make more money, you have to change yourself. If you want to change your finances, first place you start is changing yourself. So, change the way you think, change the way you look at money. If we just got stipends, it's almost tax season right now. Now's a good opportunity to, start investing your money, or invest in yourself. More importantly, if you don't know about investment vehicles, take that money and take a course, or take a class. There's a lot of courses online that aren't expensive. They don't blow your wallet, they don't blow your pockets up. Take that opportunity, go on a site like Udemy, and look for courses in a particular investment vehicles. How to start trading forex, how to invest in S&P 500, different things like that. There also, if you like real estate, there are ways that you can invest in real estate passively, where you're not out there essentially looking for deals and managing the flow of an investment, and you're not on top of it because you might have to work a day job. So you're not out there flipping or investing in some buy and hold strategy, and you have to be the managing member of that investment. There are passive ways you can join up with a capital company, that they acquire the properties, they manage the properties, they essentially manage the investment, and in return they guarantee you a portion of the return on investment. So the whole thing, guys, is that you have to change your mindset, because we're coming out of a pandemic that really exposed some things, and one of the things that exposed is vulnerabilities in your income. If your job goes down, if the economy goes down, what are you going to do? Majority of Americans don't have a savings where they can replace their income for a year. But hopefully we're going to change that. We're going to start looking at things from an investment perspective instead of simply just consuming. And that is how, mindset wise, that is how I was able to make six figures while working a day job, and essentially put the bricks in place to build my future and my family's future for financial freedom. Again, cryptocurrencies is my particular vehicle, but it doesn't have to be yours. Go with something that you're passionate in. I have a master's degree in cybersecurity, and I was never able to use it, but cryptocurrency allowed me to kind of operate in that space. So naturally, I was able to, hold on to that and gravitate towards that space. So it interests me. Find what interests you and start investing in it. Become a master. Read The Richest Man in Babylon. Invest in some courses, and I promise you that you will reach your financial goals. It's just my little rant. I appreciate you all for listening. Like and subscribe this, and please share it with somebody. I'm going to have a ton of value that I'm bringing to this channel, and it's from a real life perspective. I'm not some guru or anything like that that's coming to you trying to sell you a course. In fact, for the moment right now, I don't have any product to even sell you guys. So this is just purely add-on value, and I'm talking to you person to person from the space where most of you are, just a hardworking average American. So I hope you like this. Again, like and subscribe, share, and I'll talk to you later.